Thinking of using Flutterflow for your web app? Before you jump straight in, here's what you need to know: the good, the bad, and whether it's the right choice for your project. Flutterflow has exploded in popularity as a no-code, low-code tool that promises you to let you build apps fast without hiring a full dev team. But is it really serious for web apps? I'm going to be breaking it down based on real-world use and not hype. So for those who are unfamiliar, Flutterflow is a visual app builder built on top of Google's Flutterflow framework. So it lets you drag and drop UI elements, connect to databases and custom code if needed, and deploy a cross-platform app on iOS, Android, and yes, even web. It sounds really great, but let's talk about the real-life use cases. So the pros of using Flow for web apps include: number one is the speed of development. So you can go from an idea to prototype insanely fast, especially if your app's layout is a mobile first or a very simple UX UI layout. Number two is the shared code base between web and mobile. So if you're planning to launch your app on both mobile and web, Flutterflow gives you a huge head start with the one code base. Number three is the Firebase integration. So the tight Firebase integration means that it can handle authentication, storage, and a real-time database without wiring it all manually together. And number four is the built-in animations and components. So you'll get a sleek, out-of-the-box transition cards, buttons without hiring a UX UI designer. And the number five is you can able to export the code anytime that you need. So unlike some other no-code tools which are out there on the market, you can export out to Flutter code and hand it off to a development team later if need be. The cons of using Flutterflow for a web app include: number one being is that the web performance isn't always great, because since Flutter was built for mobile first, on the web, the performance, especially on older devices and browsers, can feel laggy. Number two is that SEO is basically non-existent with using Flutterflow for a web app, because Flutter web apps are rendered in a canvas, not in HTML. So if SEO is really crucial for your business, Flutterflow is not ideal. Number three is the limited control over web responsiveness. So Flutterflow can do responsive layouts, but tweaking things for like a tablet or desktop is often fiddly and really frustrating. Number four is custom features always going to need workarounds, because if your app needs heavy customizations or deep integrations, you're going to quickly bump into limits, unfortunately. And number five, and this kind of relates to the positive and number five is that the exported code isn't 100% dev ready. So the exported code that's used in Flutterflow often needs cleanup because it's not nicely written the first time that it's generated and exported. So don't expect it to hand it off straight away and have a dev pick it up where you left it off. And number five is that the exported code isn't 100% dev ready most of the time, because the exported code often needs some cleaning up to do. Because when I talked about Flutterflow has the advantage of being able to export the code, but the disadvantage here that I'm talking about here is that it's often messy and needs a cleanup. So don't expect it to hand it off and just have a dev pick it up right at the bat where you just have left it off, because since we're using a no-code, low-code tool, it's not going to be nicely written the first time that it's exported. So that is something that you need to keep in mind when you're using Flutterflow for a web app. So when should you use Flow for a web app? So these are the key points that I recommend for using Flow for a web app. So you're building an internal tool or MVP, you want a matching mobile and web app fast, you're comfortable with using Firebase or Supabase, and you don't need SEO or a pixel perfect UX UI design for your web app. When you shouldn't use Flutterflow is when you need a highly customizable web app, you care about SEO rankings and public discoverability online, you're scaling above 10,000 users very soon, or you have a very experienced dev team already behind you. So for MVPs, internal tools, and early stage startups, it's a solid choice if you're aware of the trade-offs that I've outlined in this video today. But don't expect to replace a full stack development team for a large scale web app. It's a launch pad, not a forever home. Now, if you guys need any help in regards to bringing your app idea to life in the shortest amount of time possible, I can help you out with that. What I would like for you to do is to click on the link below in the link in the description to book a call with me, and we'll discuss how I can personally help you bring your app vision to life in the shortest amount of time possible. The link is in the description below. Thank you so much for watching today's video, and I'll see you in the next one.